What's up, people of YouTube? I'm Karsatowski and welcome back to the Karsatowski Creatures YouTube channel. So animals can end up in a lot of strange places, but I bet that none of you watching this, or at least most of you, have never seen animals end up in as strange a place as what we're going to be looking at today.
For some animals, the very abilities that nature has bestowed upon them are more so the very reason for their downfall. Let's see how nature did them dirty,
Fainting goats.
starting with blood-shooting lizards. These creatures took the expression of evil eye literally. Horned lizards have a spiky physical appearance.
Horned lizards.
So that you would think they use them for
defense. I've known about horned lizards for decades,
their body, doubling their size.
But I did not know that they can do that.
Like a snake comes nearby, they are out of its prey list, as eating a huge spiny creature would be unpleasant for the snake.
Yeah, a snake that size has to go for the belly.
Snake, they literally spray out blood from their brain through their eyes. They can shoot the blood as high as 5 meters and even control the direction and pressure of the blood. But
how much can come out of it?
Too much blood, they could put themselves at a severe risk.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That is cool, though. Could you imagine if humans can do that?
An elk and a deer were found in 2 different instances.
Good gracious sakes.
Let them down. The elk was found by hunters, which shocked them upon realizing what happened. By studying the footsteps of the elk,
they could just bring that trophy home without actually having to mess up its hide with the bullet.
And miscalculated if it could pass through the trunks of 2 trees. The result? Well, its own antlers twisted the neck and they got caught between the trees.
Yeah, that is a good trophy buck, too.
Had its antler stuck in the tree so much that it couldn't even budge.
Yeah, it's so much, and it's been there for a long time. I mean, scavengers have already gotten to it. Good night of living.
United to stand or fall.
Now, I've seen quite a few of these videos.
Could be the cause of its end. It's no doubt the result of 2 deers fighting each other would end any differently. Most deer, particularly the males, often tend to solve territorial disputes violently, and often end up having their antlers getting stuck with each other's. Once the antlers get stuck,
I've seen one deer that was still alive with a separate dead deer's head on its antlers, and it was walking around with it. Again, imagine if that was a human, and you did that.
Of course, if a human steps in to help. Even if they manage to break free themselves, they still have to deal with injuries, no matter how severe they may be.
Oh my gosh. Ugh.
Poor Babarusa pig.
Babarusa pig.
Unlike other animals, their own
Look how long its tusks are.
Against them.
It's got 4. It's got 2 canines and 2 tusks. Well, 4 tusks.
In a direction towards their own skull. Only males have these fangs, which never stop growing and are too fragile to forage or hunt or fight with. These wild pigs protect their fangs at all costs while battling other males for one simple reason. The bigger the fang, the more females to mate with. In the end, its own canines twist and penetrate the skull. This animal behavior remains an evolutionary mystery. As scientists
I don't know about that. I mean, they should be able to at least file it down somehow.
Horns piercing through.
Another one that's piercing
horns that were doing more damage than good. This was probably pure and simple ignorance of the owner when one of his bull's horns kept growing in the wrong direction.
My gosh, and it's right under the eye too. He should have done that when it was just a couple inches away, or even long before that.
Had to deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah, good Lord have mercy. Look at that.
A goat was in a similar misery, except its horns weren't piercing the skull, but its throat. Tip already pierced through the skin, and it was only a matter of time before it would have resulted in
take care of your animals a little bit better. Good night.
Of some kind, if the horns interfered with the nervous system or its jugular artery. Upon discovery, the owner sure got the horns trimmed, but only after the poor goat had to pay a terrible price.
Good gracious sakes, man! Stupid ads.
Overgrown hooves.
Overgrown hooves, yeah.
Now,
That's why you gotta
this
trim
is
your
animal
horse's
brutality.
hooves at least once a
Quest
week.
is a horse who was rescued after it was found locked in a small barn for over a decade without any care, freedom, or
Decade?
love. Its
How would it
condition
get
was so
food and
bad
water?
That its hooves were grown 3 feet in length
Look
and weighed
at
around
that.
30 pounds, severely tampering
There's
its
no
ability
way.
to even walk.
There
This
is
turned
no
around
way.
The second the stall opened, and
And
staff
look how
from
skinny it
Days
is.
End Farm Horse Rescue came to help the poor animal. At
Wow.
first, they doubted that Quest could ever recover. With the help of medical professionals, they were able to carefully trim the overgrown hooves, although they had to shovel him out of the stall, which was blocked by a hill of manure. The rescue team had to help him learn to walk, run, and play again, which was a huge transformation for Quest emotionally.
Was that the same
Once he was
horse?
able to move,
Well, it looks a
he
lot
made
better
his
now.
first trip in a long time into sunlight. After brief exposure to being loved and cherished, Quest began to recover and gain weight. In September
But how was it
2017, he
in
was
a barn
adopted by a
for that
young
long
equestrian.
with no food and water?
Fainting goats.
Now that's just
At
a little
first,
trick
you
that
might
they've
think
got.
that they're playing dead on purpose. Well, that is just what I thought so too. But that's not the reality here. This particular species of goats are called myotonic goats, or sometimes Tennessee fainting goats. They are an American breed of goat who have a unique hereditary condition called myotonia congenita, where the muscles of these goats get hard and they fall over when excited or startled. 2 Africans visit a goat farm in Texas to purchase, but are surprised to find the goats randomly dropping one after the other, something they clearly had never seen or heard of before.
What's happening to Uh-oh. This is really strange. American goats.
They were impressed
That's
with
actually
it,
kinda
but
funny.
didn't think that eating a goat like that would be much of a good idea. Clearly, they didn't want to drop every time they got a minor surprise.
Yeah, those are
Instance,
kind of
just
pets,
a simple
honestly.
ball bearing
Those aren't
tossed in the
really
direction
meat goats, I
throws
don't
them to the
think.
ground. This ability is not just pointless, but an easy catch when it comes to carnivore animals. It would be more like a dream come true. Moving on to the subscribers pick of the day. This image was sent to us by one of our subscribers.
2 different
Similarly,
images.
if
Look at
you
that.
ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it on over to us. Who knows? We might even feature it in one of our videos. A video posted in the year 2020 shows a dog which was found to have expired in the most sad way possible.
I've seen this
after
before,
being
too.
stuck in a tree trunk. In 1980, contractors found the Stucky as they were cutting a chestnut oak tree into 7-foot logs, about 28 feet up the tree. According to scientists, it happened at least 50 to 100 years ago.
Good
Believe that
night.
Stucky got stuck while chasing
50
a
to 100
raccoon
years
or
before
squirrel
1980,
into the
so it
tree
would have been
after
anywhere
it
from
climbed up and
1880
inside.
to
The
1930.
chimney effect occurred in the hollow tree,
Dadgum.
resulting in an upward draft of air, causing the scent to be carried away. This preserved the body. Otherwise, it would have attracted insects and other creatures to feed on its carcass. Stucky was 4 years old when he got stuck, and now is on display at Southern Forest World, a forestry museum in Waycross, Georgia. In another instance, a deer carcass
I'd
was
like to go
found
see
in a
that.
rock area of an African desert. It isn't too
Stuck
hard
between
to judge
two
what's happening
rocks.
here. A deer who, just like this sheep, probably thought it could pass through the narrow opening between the rocks and got
Yeah.
itself stuck so bad that he was sentenced to life between the rocks. It cost him pain, suffering, and ultimately, its life. Speed of cheetah. A cheetah can only run for 200 yards before it's exhausted. If it fails to catch its prey, it has to stop to recover.
I did not know
Because
they
if
could not
don't,
run
they
for
could
that
easily
long.
pass out, or worse. As a result, they don't stand a chance to intimidate or scare away their enemy by either their roar or any muscular confrontation. They certainly have a higher success rate in catching their prey as compared to the lions and leopards, but it's pointless if they can't have what they caught. Having to be extremely exhausted after chasing at high speed, they won't be able to resist much when other carnivores take advantage of their size
That
and
is
strength
a
to
disadvantage
steal
with
the
that
catch.
because they're just so lanky.
Similarly, since the target, the food, and the prey are the same, big cats often run into each other, And when that happens,
They
it
can take
opens
on a
up
coyote
like
though.
this.
Coyotes are pretty small compared to cheetah. I mean, compared to most predators in Africa.
Now, a simple question arises as to why evolution has been so unfair with cheetahs.
I
According to most
don't know if
experts,
it's been unfair,
cheetahs for
but
generations have been hunting the way they
nah,
still do.
it
And
just
as a result,
created like
shaping
just
them
don't
physically,
even.
mentally,
Yeah,
and strategically.
I don't agree with the evolution thing.
Well, that's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching the video.
That elk though is just insane, I think. Like that's a good trophy elk though. I mean, I bet the hunters who found that elk definitely took that thing and mounted it on the wall. I wouldn't be surprised if they mounted that elk in that same position and just handmade 2 trees and just basically put it the way they found it. Like they may have it in a museum or maybe at a Bass Pro Shop for all we know. Well, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have, be sure to give this video a like and share with a friend who you think who might like it also. Also, if for some reason you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel by now, be sure that you hit that subscribe button down below so you'll never miss any of my videos. I'm Karsatowski, keep watching my content, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya! And also, Happy New Year! 2024 is going to be an epic year on this channel, so be sure that you're subscribed so you won't miss anything.